Hello, my name is Araceli Delgadillo, and today I will be presenting my research prospectus presentation. First, I will start off with an introduction into my research project. Ample research has shown that diets that are rich in fruits and vegetables have been associated with a lower incidence of developing chronic conditions like heart disease, some cancers, and stroke. Fruits and vegetables, as we know, are high in vitamins, minerals, and dietary fiber, and they have shown to be beneficial to one's health. Currently, the recommendation is to consume 5 servings of fruits and vegetables per day. My research project will be taking place in 2 towns in the county of Fresno, which is located in California. And through my research, I have found that 35% of the population in Fresno County has been diagnosed with at least one chronic disease. 21% of the residents in Fresno County live below the poverty level line, and this is significant because this is higher than the national poverty level, which is 14.3%. Many studies have shown that families that are of lower socioeconomic status usually have diets that are lower in fruits and vegetables. The purpose of this research project is to assess if there is a difference in fruit and vegetable intake after community nutrition education classes for low-income populations in Fresno County. I have conducted a literature review for my research project, and I have read 5 research articles, and the names of those research articles are listed here on the slide. And the common focus of the literature relates to the impact of community nutrition education on the increase of fruit and vegetable intake on low-income populations. So the methodology of my research project will be as follows. I will be collaborating with the University of California Cooperative Extension, which is located in Fresno County, and they have a community nutrition education program that provides free nutrition classes for the low-income population of Fresno County. Their nutrition classes are held once a week for 8 weeks, and the classes are an hour and a half long. The classes are basic nutrition. They are taught out of the Eating Smart, Being Active nutrition curriculum. And so through my collaboration with them, I will actually be able to come into one of the nutrition class series that is being taught, and I will be able to administer a pre-tested 15-question pre- and post-test that I would administer at the first class and also at the last class. And it is actually my intervention group in my study that will be receiving these nutrition classes. The University of California Cooperative Extension can go ahead and utilize my research results and present them to stakeholders because they are a federally funded program. By presenting my research results, they can hopefully secure funding for their program in the future. So this is the benefit that they have of collaborating with me in my research project. So for my intervention group, I will be present once again at the first class and the last class of the nutrition series, and I will administer the pre and post tests, and I will be reading it out loud both at the beginning, the first lesson, and at the end. So the participants in my research project are going to be residents of Cantua Creek, which is going to be the town that will be receiving the intervention, and the residents of Tranquility are going to be part of my control group, and I will be talking more a little bit about the control group in just a second. The nutrition classes are held at elementary schools, so I can expect the participants will be parents of students from the elementary schools. Based on my literature review, I can expect for there to be a mix of both females and males that will be various ages. And Cantua Creek and Tranquility have very similar demographics. The majority of their population are Hispanic. They work in agriculture, so their demographics are very similar. And so because of this, I can expect that the majority of my participants in my research project will be Hispanic. So method of recruitment. So this is actually a convenience sample that was utilized to recruit both the intervention group and the control group. So I want to talk a little bit more about the control group. The control group will be parents of the students at the elementary school. in Tranquility, and they will be receiving no nutrition education classes. All that they will be receiving is weekly nutrition material handouts, the same handouts that will be presented at the nutrition classes that the intervention group will be receiving. The control group will be receiving these nutrition materials once a week for 8 weeks, and they will also be receiving them on the same day that the intervention group is receiving the classes. So the way that we will recruit these parents is that flyers will be sent home with students that advertise the free nutrition classes for the intervention group. The flyers will state the weekly topics of the lessons, the duration of the lessons, and if they are interested, they will go ahead and call Angelica Perez, who is a nutrition educator who not only teaches these nutrition classes, but she also oversees this program for the University of California. For the control group, they will also receive flyers that will be sent home with students, and they will be advertising free nutrition materials that are to be sent out for 8 weeks. And again, the participants will call Angelica Perez if they are interested. So a little bit more about the control group. Like I mentioned, they will be parents of the elementary students in Tranquility, and they will be receiving all of the material via mail that the intervention group will be receiving at the nutrition classes. Me, as a researcher, I will go ahead and pay for postage for delivery of class materials to the control group, and I will have all of the materials ahead of time so that they can be sent out with sufficient time to the control group so that they can receive the class materials on the same day that the intervention group will be receiving their nutrition classes. Me, as a researcher, I will be calling the control group at baseline and at the end of my research project to administer the pre and post test to them. So for my analysis section, this will be a descriptive case study. Means and standard deviations will be calculated for all variables analyzed. Socio-demographic data will be expressed as percentages. A paired sample t-test will be used to assess differences in pre and post test. The G-Power software analysis will be used to calculate the required number of participants that are needed for my research project. Once the class series has ended, me, the researcher, I will collect all of my pre and post data for the intervention group and the control group, and at this point I will conduct my data analysis. So the significance of my research, it's important to find out if we can increase fruit and vegetable intake through community nutrition education classes. It's important for us to identify this so that if fruit and vegetable intake does go up, we can facilitate the access to community nutrition education classes for Fresno County residents. And also we hope to improve the health of Fresno County residents. So expected results. So based on the literature review that I conducted for my research project, it is expected that the intervention group will report an increase in fruit and vegetable consumption at the end of the research project. It is expected that the control group will not show an increase in fruit and vegetable consumption, again, based on the literature review. Some limitations of the study, some that I have identified are not having individuals in the intervention group stay for the duration of the classes. For many folks, 8 weeks is a long commitment. For my control group, they might lose interest and decide to just opt out of receiving the nutrition material. Readiness to change dietary habits. This can be seen for both the intervention group and the control group. False reporting on pre and post test. People might feel like they have to lie a little bit to not feel like, oh, I don't want the researcher to think that I'm not consuming fruits and vegetables. So there could be some false reporting. Possible difficulty understanding the pre and post test, maybe due to literacy issues, but again, I will be reading out loud the pre and post test with my intervention group, and I will be reading the questions to the control group, but you never know, there could be some literacy issues. And that concludes my research prospectus presentation. Thank you very much for your time.